3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the show!
Everybody this week, we got Star Wars, we got everybody, they got new director. Apple's in there, they got iPhone X, they got iPhone 8, they got Apple Watches. Amazon tribes in the Amazon, they're in trouble because the miners are coming for them. And J-Rat went to watch It movie, it was Stephen King, and now it's a movie. Wow, great job, everybody.
Thank you.
Except Jules.
Yes, great contribution. Welcome, everybody, and welcome, Julian.
It's either all or nothing with you.
To Trend Setting Podcast. We are Group Settings. This is Trend Settings, the podcast. I'm Chris.
I'm Ali.
I'm Jules.
Giano.
Giano.
Is this the darkest podcast we've ever done?
Quite possibly. No, we have...
Is there a reason all the white people are on that side of the table?
No, we had Ryan on once.
But I wasn't on it.
Because white people have rights.
We've been on it together before, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's been here
You didn't
before.
replace
Clearly
me.
he
You replaced
didn't
Chris.
love it.
Jeez. Yeah, well, thanks for coming. This is Group Settings episode 59. Almost at 60. We're going to talk about a few different things. We're going to talk about Star Wars. What happened? I don't know. Apple, they're talking about iPhones 11. Who knows? I don't know. Can't keep up. There's a tragedy going on in Brazil, in the Amazon. And Jono went to the movies.
I went to the movie.
Big news. But,
Not related to the Amazon thing, though.
Ali, what on
Completely
earth is
not
going on
related.
with Star Wars?
The Star Wars, right? We're all into it.
Love
Everybody loves it. Nobody likes the prequels except in a nostalgic kind of weird way when you quote it in weird ways, like saying, I'll try spinning. That was a good trick. Because it's full of lines like that you can just quote that just sounds stupid. Like, I don't like sand. It gets everywhere.
They call it a ventilation shaft. Anyway.
I could go all day quoting the prequels. But we don't have all day because we're late.
Oh.
Which sorry about, but we went late live because Sydney has friggin' torrential winds today.
Torrential wind.
And apparently
They're pouring down. These winds are absolutely flooding everyone.
It's a torrent of wind.
I was stuck in Hobart, which is why we're going live so late. Sorry about that. But
I feel like I'm
Thanks for your faithfulness.
I feel like I'm swimming in this air.
But
while I was waiting for my terrible Uber driver, who honestly sometimes it's like they pick the job up and then they go get petrol before they pick you up. It's so annoying.
What are they doing?
I was looking at Star Wars stuff, right? Everybody likes Star Wars.
Everybody.
Julian, are you into Star Wars?
Oh yeah.
Good. I was wondering about you.
Oh.
So, the one that's about to come out is episode 8, right? Which will probably be the best one.
Crazy.
Because the middle one is usually the best in a series. Although I disagree with that already because I like the first Lord of the Rings movie the most.
Yeah.
So don't quote me on
I
that.
like the third.
Really?
Anyway, we're
I
not
think you're
here.
the only person who likes the third one the most.
We're not here to talk about that.
Okay. Unpopular opinion, and I don't like it. So that looks great. It's directed by the Looper director,
Rian Johnson.
Rian Johnson. Like everything about that one is just lining up so well, except that Carrie Fisher passed away. That kind of that's a bit of a misfire. But
Bit of a tragedy.
She wasn't shot.
yeah, well, apparently she had shot all her stuff, so she will still be in it. But
Funny guys.
a woman passed away. I'm not making a joke.
The day after
No.
my mum.
So that one looks great. I love Rian Johnson. I love all his movies. So we're talking about the movie after episode 9. It was meant to be coming out 2019.
It's not the episode after. It is the episode after. It's not the next Star Wars movie after.
So it'll be 2020?
Yeah,
Wait, no, it will be 2019.
Yeah.
This is 2017.
but it's been pushed anyway because things have happened.
Uh-oh.
Colin Trevorrow was set to direct.
Oh.
Who's that, you ask? That's a good question, because why would you know that? Because he's a pretty whatever director, and I don't know how he got this job in the first place.
Because he directed the movie that broke the record for the highest grossing.
It also
all time.
broke the record for making me bored in the shortest amount of time.
What movie?
Jurassic World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not very good.
That movie that was the most vanilla thing you've ever seen in your life.
Had dinosaurs though.
Vanilla dinosaurs.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
you can make dinosaurs boring, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I've seen the Discovery Channel. Not all dinosaur stuff is awesome.
Okay.
Now, He also directed the time travel movie, which there's nothing special about that either, even though people keep pointing to that as his good movie.
Safety not guaranteed.
Yeah. It's all right. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing special about it. Stop looking at the computer. I can see you all looking
I'm
at
looking at you. Sorry.
So, he's been booted off the movie.
Oh, they've parted ways.
Yeah, it's another one of these creative differences things that's been going on. Similar to what's been happening with the Han Solo movie. I can't remember if those directors got booted or they're just having a bit of controversy.
Creative differences.
Yeah.
Same thing.
I thought Ben Affleck didn't want to play Han Solo anymore.
No, that's a different story you're getting mixed up with. That's
Right.
Batman.
Right,
This-
okay.
It is all Disney.
Oh,
I will give you that.
no.
No?
That's Warner
Pretty sure
Brothers.
it's not.
Because it's the creative difference.
I've been sitting in an airport for 6 hours, alright? My brain's not working. Bloody Uber drivers.
Wouldn't that mean you have heaps of time to...
You know, you'd think that. You'd think I would have time to zen, but when you've got a crowing baby on your right and a lady on the left who's chatting you up, but she's like
Hello.
80 and she just had her eye surgery and she's like, sorry if I'm scaring you, and she takes her glasses off. I'm like, oh, it's scaring me until you took your glasses off and showed me your eye surgery.
Scary.
And then I would put my headphones on and she'd keep talking to me. I'm like, headphones on means don't talk to me. You know what I mean?
Hilarious.
Were you playing Mario Rabbids?
Yeah, I was being the classic millennial. I had Family Guy streaming via the entertainment app, which is pretty great.
Perfect.
And then I was playing Mario Rabbids under it, you know, just
You had
'cause
two things on
Yeah.
at the same time.
I was wasting so much energy. It was good. Good flight, though. Apparently the winds just weren't there when I got there because there was no turbulence, which... Dang, yeah.
Colin Trevorrow also made a movie called The Book of Henry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard it's weird.
I haven't watched it, but it got universally panned by critics. Like, they were outrageously harsh to it. They're like, this is the worst movie I've ever seen.
Where do you reckon that word comes from?
Panned?
Panned.
Panning for gold?
Do you reckon
Panning
they,
a camera?
like hitting with a pan?
Hit with a pan? Anyway.
Peter Pan? Panned?
So he got absolutely
Lost Boy?
smashed for that movie, and now he's been kicked off this movie. What? Why do you think it is?
Because he's garbage.
How
Honestly,
is Jurassic World the biggest grossing movie ever?
Not anymore.
Okay.
But it was when it came out.
That is such a nothing metric, isn't it? Because it's just a measurement of like how hyped people are for something. But
Well,
it's not
yeah.
a measure of anything being good.
Yep.
yeah, totally. Like, how did that movie make so much money? Like, Chris Pratt is great. He's great
Is great.
in it, but he's just being the classic Chris Pratt. You can't save a movie
Mm.
about dinosaurs with just one man.
Do you reckon
Something.
it's just like because they just like appeal to it. Like no one's gonna be like, I really don't want to watch that movie.
Yeah.
So they just like everyone watches it.
I think it's China. They're always going for the Chinese market.
China.
China.
So I read something that said that he got kicked off because he was a giant douche on the set and just had a massive ego.
Yeah?
That was one theory.
I thought you meant he dressed up like one. I've been watching a lot of South Park recently, so it's probably not helping.
How do you sack somebody off set?
Like, because the producer's there and the person who is running Star Wars is there.
Right.
And they, I can't remember what her name is, but she's a big shot and she can kick you off.
I
But-
know the name.
But I've heard...
Kathleen Kennedy.
Kathleen Kennedy. But I've heard interviews with her and with Colin Trevorrow, sorry, and he didn't sound like a massive douche. But,
Yep, go on.
Sorry, I think
Some technical difficulty.
I think his phone is possessed by it, but we'll talk about that later.
he didn't sound like he was obsessed with himself and up himself, but who knows?
You reckon they just made it up because they realised it was really dumb to put such a massive movie in his hands?
I don't
Yes.
know. I think
But I might be biased towards that answer.
But
That's
how,
possible.
like... I
so.
understand. Surely, like,
So
good
did it-
directors would want to do this movie, right?
Absolutely, but does Star Wars want the directors to do this? Because will they do what they want? Will they do what Disney wants? What Star Wars wants? What Kathleen Kennedy wants?
Right.
So,
Ryan Johnson was a perfect choice.
Mm.
When they said his name, I was like, yes.
And when Colin got kicked off, Ryan tweeted out, "I've had the best time making Star Wars," being like, Let me make
get me
another
to-
one.
Get
But
me to do it again.
he's not making it.
Mhm.
Someone called J.J. Abrams is going to make this.
What's he done?
A little movie called Star Trek and a little movie called Star
That was
Wars.
ages ago, though.
Did you?
Wow.
Did you? Have you got? There's been some great memes about this story, so I'll describe it to you because I can't show you usually. But you know how, what's his name? The new bad guy in the
Snoke.
Kylo Ren.
No, Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren. You know how he's always talking to Darth Vader's helmet.
Yeah.
So there's a picture, and it's got J.J. Abrams' face on Kylo Ren's face, and then he's talking to the helmet, but the J.J. Abrams' face on the helmet, and he's like, "I will finish what you started."
Yeah.
Man, I'm pumped JJ's back. I wish he did all three, to be honest. But, yeah, I am pumped for the Looper director because I freaking love Looper.
Do you think J.J. Abrams is going to be good?
Do you reckon he was good in the first one?
Not incredibly. He was solid, reliable, but like not that interesting.
Jeez.
This is too big a movie, I think, for anything to be interesting.
Oh, that
Let's
sucks.
put that out there. Like, it's just...
Well, then
they're not going to take a risk on
how
it,
can
are
you
they?
pan Jurassic World and then say this is too big to be interesting?
No, I'm not saying... I wish they would try something interesting, but, like, I don't think they would. That's what I mean.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because they've got these interesting directors like Ryan Johnson and Chris Lord and Phil Miller who got kicked off Han Solo. And then they got Colin Trevorrow, who's, I guess, an interesting out there director. And then they kicked him off as well and got... when they kicked off the Han Solo guys, they got... what's his name? From Happy Days.
The Fox.
Ron Howard.
Ron Howard in, who's
The Fox.
made some average movies, but made some decent movies.
Yeah,
Nothing
he's-
exciting, nothing... He's not a great auteur, but he's, I guess,
A great what?
auteur? Artist? I don't know, creative
It's
mind.
just a wanky word for a director.
No, but it's a director who has their own flair and style, not a director who is just simply capable of directing a movie.
How is that different from what I said?
Because they can have a director and then you have an auteur. It's completely different.
Right.
I keep thinking you're saying hors d'oeuvre.
You can look at... You can Google it if you wish.
It does
Anyway,
sound like something you eat.
I am a bit disappointed because I want different. I don't want more of the same and regular. I want weirdos to come and make weird movies.
I know what you mean. But at the same time... Actually, yeah, I know what you mean, because it's okay to hate a movie because it tried something.
Yeah.
It's more deeply... Like, it hurts more when it's just boring. Like,
Yeah.
it's nothing.
Like, The Force Awakens was awesome.
But you're making me like Zack... Like, I realize now that I sound like I should like Zack Snyder for what he does, but I really don't.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you get when you get someone who has that flair and stuff. Like, maybe you just... Everyone's going to hate it. Or, like, half of everyone's going to hate it.
Yeah.
And they want something that everyone will just like. Will be
Just
just
like.
on the side of, like, I'm going to go see that.
Yeah. Your average audience member.
You think the last Star Wars movie, you can pretty much do whatever you want. And everyone's going to go see it anyway, right?
That's what George Lucas said. And he was right. Everyone did go see it. But now everyone hates him. So
And you mean about the prequels?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nick Koo brings up a pretty good point, even though most of his points are garbage, which all the ones after the point he just made is garbage, so let me get to that. He says,
many
I think
points?
blaming a director solely for a film fail is unfair. As a person who deals with many stakeholders on a regular basis, it can mean tons of people, especially the ones with the money, will throw in stupid ideas to make the film what they think is good, i.e. film by committee. And then he says JJ will be rubbish and The Force Awakens was lame.
Well, I agree with some of the things that you have said. Obviously, that's why they're getting rid of the directors, because they're not towing the line. Towing that
Yeah.
Disney line.
I've heard that complaint. Movies, like, made by committees. Do you guys think that's...
Batman vs Superman, Suicide Squad.
No, but is it actually, like, the creative decisions are in the hand of a bunch of people who
Oh, yeah.
aren't directors?
It's
That's
hard to say
crazy.
because you could never tell, because anyone who's in that circle would not talk about it because you
Yeah.
can't.
It'd be interesting to know, like, exactly how much, like, do they get the director in and there's, like, an actual board of them and they go, no, you can't do this, or like that, you reckon? Like, that
I reckon
much power?
totally. They'll watch a version and they'll
Mm.
take all these notes and then send it through to the editor and say, I think this, you have to change this, you have to change this.
Mm.
And then,
Do you have any scenes where he was better?
yeah.
Love notes like
Can you
that.
make him? Can you make him more funny?
Deadpool did well. Let's reshoot it, make it more funny.
Yeah,
Suicide Squad.
Yeah. So Star Wars, am I right?
totally. I
I'm
don't know
not
how
sure.
long we've been going, so
But it's great. Thanks for staying with us, regardless.
We don't know how long we've been going.
And that's not
Start
just
another
because
timer.
that's locked. It's because I've never seen a timer do that. Has anyone ever seen a timer on an iPhone flick between 1 and 2 and 0
I think you glitched.
Nobody cares.
seconds?